Before we get to our projects today, today's video is sponsored by Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen meals directly to your doorstep that are also dietitian approved. Too busy this fall to cook but want to make sure you're meeting your nutritional goals? With Factor's meals, they're ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, and then get back to working on some crazy projects that you got. Simply select your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed goodness delivered directly to your door. No prep, no mess, no hassle. Let's take a peek inside and see what we're going to enjoy. Garlic urban roasted mushrooms. We've got mushroom, tomato, and goat cheese cavatappi. Ooh, spicy poblano beef bowl. Garlic rosemary pork chop. Spinach and mushroom chicken thighs. And the final piece, jalapeno lime cheddar chicken. That sounds really good. I think we're going to throw this in the microwave real quick and see what this one's like. Simply pull it out of the package. Do a couple one of those with your knife. Put it in your super clean microwave. High on 2. Let it go. I personally enjoy Factor because it cuts down on trips to the grocery store, which allows me to spend more time working on projects and buying things that need a lot of work. Factor is also very flexible, so when we're on the road, we can adjust our meal sizes, quantities, selections, or even skip a week if we're going to be gone for an extended period of time. Let's get this thing out and see how it tastes. If you're like me and only use one utensil, which is a fork, just take a grab at it and it's really good. John is jealous he's holding the camera and doesn't get the chicken. Get your meals headed to your doorstep. Head on over to factor75.com or click on the link below and use code RichRules50 for 50% off your first Factor box. That's code RichRules50 for 50% off your first Factor box. Now I'm going to finish this chicken and then we're going to get to work. Well, it's a super sad day today. So, guys saw a couple months ago, picked up the old Fountain Fever 27-foot boat and took it to Lake of the Ozarks. Had a great time, had it out here in Bay City. Loved the thing, but it's just one of those deals where it's time for this thing to go away. So, unfortunately didn't get to use it much more than, those 3 times I had it out this year. And it was fun while it lasted, but it's just time for it to go. Yeah, there it is. Was a nice piece. Had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on this thing, didn't we?
Yeah, hell of a time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just, like I said, it's just time to go.
It is that time,
Yep.
Unfortunately. At least here in Michigan.
Yeah. So, by go, we mean go away for the winter. So, we're not getting rid of this thing. Yeah, this thing, love this thing. So, we're just going to do a little winterization on this thing today to, make sure when springtime comes, it's essentially ready to go. Now, we have a few other winter projects we're going to be doing to this thing, but the temperature's dropping rapidly here in Michigan, and we got to make sure that, some things that could freeze don't freeze. So, we're just going to be covering a basic winterization on a boat today. We're going to be, putting some fuel stabilizer in. That's very basic. Yeah. Draining the block. Yeah. And then after we drain the block, we're going to run it on antifreeze. We'll show you guys how you do that. And normally there would be a couple other steps like greasing a couple things on the drive and small stuff like that we would normally do, checking out trailers and all that happy stuff. But the trailer on this needs some attention. We got to do boots on this, so we're going to have to pull the drive off, so we're not going to do that stuff today. We'll show you guys what we would do if we weren't doing that. But, yeah, we're just putting this thing away for the winter and getting ready to do some other stuff to it. So, it's going to be fun. I'm excited for the other stuff. It's nothing too crazy. I mean, we do have some crazy stuff in mind, but, this is a 1997, so it's 25-year-old boat. It needs a couple small things fixed, so we'll be doing that over the winter and, maybe doing some more fun stuff. We'll see. Scott has his side draining. I'm going to try and crawl under here and get the plug out of the side of the block. This is not, oh man, this is tough.
You did get the small side.
Yeah, perfect. So we're in here. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. You can see that blue. Let me adjust my light. The blue fitting right there. That's going to drain all the water out of the block, so I'm going to pop that out right now. You see how it's just kind of like dribbling out? There's probably some nastiness in there plugging it up. So we're going to grab a zip tie, jam the zip tie, hang on, into there, and hopefully clear it out. All right, you can see it's still dribbling. I got a zip tie. I had a zip tie. I'm going to see if I can snake this in there and break up whatever nastiness is in there. Oh, wow. Yep. There was some grossness for sure. As you can see, this is just water out of the lake. So, I mean, if you're not draining this, if you're not running antifreeze through it, when it freezes, it's going to crack. So now that we got the block drained, we're also going to take this water hose off the exhaust manifold and get any water out of there. I don't need this giant extension for this side, so we'll pop that off real quick. Loosen that unit up. This thing's kind of stuck on this fitting, so we're using this screwdriver to work it off there. Oh. See if I can do this without getting my socks wet. What do you think?
Good luck. Mine are soaked.
Oh boy. Here we go, guys. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, I'm really not looking to get wet feet. Oh, I'm gonna try to avoid it. Here we go. Oh yeah. I got his side done, so we're just gonna hop out now, throw some fuel stabilizer in it, and then run it out front, and we'll hook it up to the antifreeze tank, run it a little bit, fog it. We're gonna clean the spark arrestor off the carburetor because that's pretty dirty. That's about it. 10 ounces of fuel stabilizer going in.
Yep, make sure you're putting it in the one that says gas.
What's the other option?
Water.
Oh yeah, you need to flush the water. You don't need to put fuel stabilizer in there. Time to hook her up. I picked the perfect day to do it. It's raining out. Why'd we do this today? All right, we got the antifreeze tank here, and we got a pump. So that hose is going to our water pickup on the other side. Whoa, almost tripped and fell. That was almost the end of it. So the water pickup isn't in the drive on this boat. It's right there. So I'm gonna pump some coolant into it, fire it up. It's gonna circulate. It's gonna be antifreezed, and it's not gonna freeze and break our engine, which is very important.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
Make sure the thermostat opens.
Yeah, so we're gonna run it until the thermostat opens so it can fully circulate. Like, cold-blooded. Yeah, big block, baby. That's good. So it's about what, 5 to 10 minutes it takes for these things to heat up?
Yeah, normally you want to make sure it goes up and then comes back down in temperature, so you know the thermostat opens up.
We're gonna get the spark arrestor off so we can fog it and also clean this thing out. It's pretty dirty. So it's been about 10 minutes. It's up to temperature. So we're gonna pour some fogging oil in here. You'll hear the engine bog down. now everything's got a nice coat of oil on it. Nothing's gonna get rusty, corroded. It's gonna be ready to go in the spring. Scott did a nice job cleaning up that spark arrestor. Looks way better. The thing was super dirty. Clean now. It's ready to go. All right, we're back inside, and if you guys ever wondered what the difference between a 27 and a 47 looked like, this is it. So this is a 47 fountain. This thing has triple 900s in it, number 6 drives, big dog boat. This thing is, I think this thing will do around 125, so very fast. But we got mine back in here, and like I said, there's a couple things we left out of the standard winterization process. So the gimbal bearing has a grease fitting right there. That would normally get greased, but we're going to be taking this drive off because some of the boots in here are cracked and need to be replaced. And I'll also clean up this drive, make that look a little bit nicer, paint it up while it's off. Can't really see in here the condition of the boots, but there's some weather checking on them. It's just a wear item that needs to be addressed every couple years. Normally we'd grease the wheel bearings on the trailer, but the wheel bearings on this are bad, so we're not going to mess around with that either. But I will be pulling this thing back out to give it a wash because it's still pretty dirty from Lake of the Ozarks trip. All right, I figured I'd give you a little GTO update while we're in the shop. As you can see, things have kind of escalated quickly on this. So as I mentioned, we were adding an improved cooling fan system to this. And by that, I mean getting rid of all the rotted wires and the toggle switch from inside and adding this Be Cool radiator fan thermostat kit. So this thing had a sending unit that goes in the intake, and it just automatically turns the fans on or energizes the relays once it reaches a certain temperature, or the coolant reaches a certain temperature. And as we were removing one of the plugs that was in the intake manifold, well, the intake manifold broke and wouldn't seal up. So main issue with that was someone put a steel plug in an aluminum intake. No sort of sealant on the threads or anything, so it kind of welded itself in there, which is unfortunate. So we went ahead and welded a bung on the intake. I think we got that over here. So new bung on the intake. That'll be all fixed, so intake will go back on tomorrow. And then also this had a pretty big brake leak even after we did all the lines on it, and that ended up being the master cylinder. So you can see this doesn't have power brakes on it, probably because these valve covers would have hit the power brake booster. So whoever built this just decided, we'll leave the valve covers on and we don't need power brakes. So the master cylinder was leaking, which the master cylinder was, I think, just a standard GM truck master cylinder from the looks of it. But there was, probably the worst part about this car that I've seen so far. It really took some creativity to do this, and it was a huge cobble. I'll just turn the flash on for you so you can kind of see down here. Here is the push rod for the master cylinder. So I'll try and zoom in so you can see what this is, but it appears to be a drum brake shoe adjuster with a screw in the end of it for the push rod for the master cylinder. So that is what was pushing on the master cylinder. And if you know anything about brakes, well, that's not good. Like I said, you can kind of see on the master cylinder over here, it's supposed to have like a tapered rod that sits inside there, and you can see, well, the bolt wasn't really riding where it was supposed to. So this thing is that's something. Oh man, there's been a lot of things that have had to get addressed on this. This has been a project, but hopefully can drive it here pretty soon and see what all this small block twin turbo power is about. Small block power. So if any of you have watercraft and live in a climate where there's going to be freezing weather, make sure you get that thing winterized. If you're local to Michigan, check out Wilson Motorsports. We can get that thing winterized, perform any sort of repairs, take care of anything you need for your. Also, leave a comment below on what you think we should do to the fountain over the winter. I've got some stuff in mind as far as upgrades go. There's also some stuff that needs to be fixed. Just let me know what you guys think we need to do with it. I want to add some power to it. I want to fix some stuff. I don't want to go overboard. So just let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. So appreciate your support in this matter. We'll see you in a couple days.